All right. Good afternoon, good peeps. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. Y'all be so kindly. Let me know that you can hear me. All right. And let me know that you can see me, and we can get this party started. All right. We can get this party started. All right. And also, you be so kindly. Please hit that thumbs up as you come in. All right. I've been waiting on this. Yes, indeed, I have. I've been waiting on this, and just want to see what's going on with this. I only had a chance to listen to a little bit of this because I got it kind of late. So, um, but as always, we're gonna listen to it together and get your thoughts. What y'all think about this? Um, the mother of the 6-year-old has came out and spoke. Uh, okay, really, I can't give a thumbs up, so that mean he hear me. Brian, hey Brian, oh man, check this out, man. And I meant to hit you up the other day, man. You remember that story about the girl Nikita Martin? The one her dad killed her son. And you remember how you came in the comment section, you said, and when I did an interview with her, when you came in the comments, you said, I don't believe a word that she's saying. You remember that chick? Check this out, man. I bullshit you not. And when I get a chance, I'm going to show you later and send you some screenshots. Somebody has hit me up and say, hey, I saw you did an interview with Nikita. And if she listening, I got no problem with repeating it. She said, hey, I'm reaching out to you because I saw you did an interview with Nikita. I want to tell you that this woman is not who she says she is. This woman literally tried to kill me and my kids. Something to that fact of a matter. Hit this girl car, try to run over her, all type of shit. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? And Brian sent me the paperwork and everything. And I think it's an ongoing investigation. I'm like, holy shit, are you serious? I'm like, are you serious? Dude, I gotta show you this, man. And when I get a chance, man, I'm gonna send it over to you. Um, I said, I'm assuming you want to come and talk about this. And she said she do. Nah, we haven't set up anything yet. I haven't heard nothing from her in a couple of days. But I told her, now you have to understand now. The only reason Nikita came on my show was to talk about what happened with her son. Now, all this other stuff, it really ain't got nothing to do with that situation. But I mean, I guess I'll let you come talk, I like, oh wow, man, this is crazy, dude. That shit right there is wild, man. Man, a lot of people just do too much, got too much going on, man. They do, man. But when I get a chance, brother, I will send you there and let you see all that, man. That shit is wild. But in that though, y'all say y'all can hear me, y'all can see the video. There's no boyfriend, man. Let's get right into this. See, Dollar say, hope you're doing well, Chris. Thank you for what you do. Well, I thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Brian, when you see this, bro, wow, man. I can imagine some of the things you probably gonna say. I imagine. But we're gonna talk about this right now. All right, guys. So y'all remember this is a story that's going on about the 6-year-old who had a gun and went and shot his teacher. The teacher's name is Abby Zwerner, however you say her last name. Uh, he got a hold of his mom's gun and went and shot the teacher. Of course, the mom has got in trouble for this. She is a young mom. I told y'all it's these young people getting in trouble. These young people just being irresponsible. She's got in trouble, but now she has came out and spoken about this situation. And, that's why I named the title like I did. I want to hear y'all thoughts on what y'all going to hear, what she has says. There's a couple of them, but somebody sent me this and say it has everything in it. So this, I usually give y'all a recap what's going on, but I think this right here got everything you need to hear, the recap and everything. So guys, let's get into it. let y'all hear it. Let's all share our thoughts. This is going to be a video where I'm going to stop and give my commentary. I know a lot of people don't like this, so if you don't like it, hey, you can leave. All right. But let's get right into it.
Now to an ABC News exclusive with the mother of the Virginia 6-year-old who shot his teacher. She is speaking out about it for the first time after a Virginia grand jury indicted and charged her with child neglect and failing to secure her son. Our Lindsay Davis spoke with that mom and her grandfather, who now has custody of the 6-year-old. She says she wants people to know she's a good mom.
While school shootings in the U.S. are no longer a
Of course she is. Of course she's a good mom. Of course.
rarity, what happened at this Virginia elementary school in January was shocking. The shooter was only 6 years old. The victim, his 25-year-old teacher, Abby Zwerner. Despite being shot, she managed to get all of her students to safety.
Female victim, she's been shot in the abdomen as well as a through and through into the hand.
Amid the ongoing criminal and civil cases, the family of the first grader who shot his teacher has remained quiet until now.
Does he talk about the incident?
No. We talk, we play, we, do Uno, draw pictures, like nothing of the incident.
Deja Taylor says she was stunned on January 6th when she got a phone call that there had been a shooting at her child's school.
I wasn't even able to get dressed. I ran out in PJs to the school.
Has he processed the magnitude of what happened?
Well, in my opinion, he processes the events leading up to it. He talks a lot more about the day before or the 2 days before than he does about January 6th.
You released a statement shortly after the incident, and I just want to quote it. You said, "Our son suffers from an acute disability and was under a care plan at the school that included his mother or father attending school with him and accompanying him to class every day. The week of the shooting was the first week when we were not in class with him." What can you tell us specifically about your son's disability?
He has ADHD. Some are able to have it at a very mild rate, but he's off the wall, doesn't sit still, ever.
And why did the school decide that it was no longer necessary for the family to be in class?
Because we ended up working with another doctor. He had started medication, and he was meeting his goals academically.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stand corrected on that part because I was kind of hard on her about that when I was like, why did you stop going to the school? The moment you start going, that's when this happened. So now we get, according to what she's saying, he was meeting his goals and they were seeing another doctor. And I guess the school felt the need for them not to come anymore. I guess because he was meeting his goals. So if that is true, then I had to take that backtrack a little bit and kind of get off her a little bit because I guess it was a school decision for them. They don't have to come anymore, according to what we're hearing right here. So, hey.
Son ever spoken about hurting the teacher, or was there anything any angst that he had against her?
No, he actually really liked her. I will say that week he did come home and he was talking, a lot about how he felt like he was being ignored. So he would come home and, "Mom, I don't think that she was listening to me. I didn't like that." And then actually he ended up getting suspended the next day because he was in class. He was trying to tell her something, and she asked him to go sit back down. He threw his arms up. He said, "Fine." And when he threw his arms up, he knocked her phone out of her hand on that.
Y'all heard that? He threw his hands up and he accidentally threw the phone out of her hand. Okay? Now, again, incidents can happen. But seriously, though, who believes that's what he got suspended for? Because he accidentally knocked the phone out of her hand. All right, who really believes that's what he got suspended for? Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of teachers can be a dick. I can understand that. A lot of them can. A lot of them will take a molehill and make it out of a mountain. But just in this situation, I don't believe that was the case. Let's hear some more.
Accident, and he got suspended for that.
Zwerner did not respond to ABC News' request for comment, but in a lawsuit, she says the student slammed the cell phone on the ground so hard that it cracked and shattered.
She said the student slammed the phone on the ground so hard that it cracked and shattered. Ma'am, Miss Deja, that's why your son got suspended. I don't believe that he threw his hands up and accidentally knocked the phone out of her hand, and he got suspended for that. Cause there's a lot of people that accidentally knocked the phone out of my hand because I was standing too close to him. They made a sudden move. My phone dropped or whatnot. Did we get to fighting for it? No. Did we break out guns, start shooting? No. You know? So I don't believe that's why your son got suspended. That may be what he told you, and you ran with it. Okay, you may ran with that story. But come on now. I believe this what happened because, again, you just said he suffered from acute ADHD. And you say he all over the place. So by you saying that, by your own words, ma'am, I'm more entitled to believe this is what he did when he got upset because he couldn't get his way. He took that woman's phone and slammed it to the ground and shattered it, which in turn, that's why he got suspended. All right. Now, my question is now, when he told you this story, did you try to investigate what happened is the reason why he got suspended?
She's now filed a $40 million lawsuit against the Newport News School District and Richneck Elementary officials, claiming they ignored multiple warnings about the student's behavior and concerns that he had a gun. According to the suit, the child had a history of random violence and that he attacked students and teachers alike, both in and out of school.
And Deja, and you believe that he accidentally knocked the phone out the teacher's hand, and your son, according to what they saying, he has a history of random violence, again, because you say he deal with ADHD, okay? He has a history of random violence. He attacked students and teachers alike. He attacked students and teachers alike, according to the lawsuit, both in and out of school, all right? But by your own words, you say he is off the wall. These are your words, ma'am, all right?
Is that description accurate?
Whether it is or it isn't, the school enrolled him in September knowing all of the past behaviors, and they also knew that he had not attended only about 2 months of kindergarten and about 2 months of pre-K.
And you say that to say that they then own the responsibility?
Absolutely. If that...
Now, is that a fair argument? Do y'all believe that's a fair argument? He said the school enrolled him, knowing that he had these issues going on. All right? And so the lady asked him a good question, which I think that is a good question. So you saying they should own up to their responsibility? How many of y'all feel like that's a fair argument? You know what? It kind of sounds fair, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the school policies, you know, and the discrimination laws. If they had not enrolled him, could she made an argument and say, y'all discriminating against my child because he had this acute behavior, you know? So, you know, that's kind of something to look at right there. How many of y'all feel that that's a fair argument? Now, I'll say they had parents in the room because the child was out of control. Yes, I agree with that. But again, the attorney's making an argument that y'all knew this young man's behavior and y'all still enrolled him in school. All right. You know, I can understand it, you know, but is it going to fly? I don't know. But the way I'm looking at it, okay, let's just say if we're going to go to his argument and say, hey, y'all took him in knowing he got bad behaviors at this, that, and the third. So, you know, hey, y'all got to take some fault for this. But let's just say, again, the school denied him because she explained, hey, my son has this going on at this, that, and the third. And they tell him, you know, hey, we can't take him, you know. Because she would have come out and say, you know, y'all discriminate against my son because he has special needs or behavior issues, you know. What if she would have came out and said that? Then what? You know? Tina said, some parents believe their children get down to the root of the problem before you start believing everything that your child or children say. Brian said, now he gets mouthy and causes distraction here and there, but he isn't flailing around, smashing phones, and fights and altercations. Okay? Now that I say, I have a child on the spectrum and shooting people didn't come up in elementary school. What up, Ron? Chrissy, hey, how you doing? She said, this is a catch-22. In my opinion, I raised my grandson with autism, and although he was mild, there was other children I felt should have been in the private sector. Okay, so Chris, you understand what I'm saying? You know, this it can kind of be a double-edged sword. You know, it can kind of be like that. Hey, Tanisha, what's going on, boo? She said, if that's the case, that helps the teacher's lawsuit. You know what? I didn't think about that. Brian says, so it is the mom suing or someone else? I missed it. No, the mom ain't suing. The teacher is suing. The teacher is suing the school because she's saying that there was warnings about this and the school ignored it. You know, because there was alleged that people was coming back saying that you know, they warned them about this situation that was going on, and the school totally ignored it. So she's suing. No, the mom is in trouble, you know, for all of this. They blaming it on her because the prosecutor says that they can't take the child in because of his age. So since they can't take the child in because of his age, they going after the mama, you know. And y'all heard what the attorney said, all right? The shot said, hey, sweetie, how you doing? I wonder if he had needed IEP. I'd have seen that before. Don't necessarily know what that means. Brian, the teacher suing. I wish I could call that. You can. You want me to give you the link now? You want me to give you the link? I give you the link and let you come speak. Anybody else who has a child with autism, I will let you come up and speak. Just let me know that you want to come up and speak. I'll set it up and let y'all come up here and speak. All right? The real can't say the mom. Of course she is. Of course. But then again, can you blame her? You know, for this situation, can you blame her? All right.
And they also isn't.
Officials claiming they ignored multiple warnings about the student's behavior and concerns that he had a gun. According to the suit, the child had a history of random violence and that he attacked students and teachers alike, both in and out of school.
Is that description accurate?
All right, now I'm open up this send me an email not out and I'll send you a link. Send me an email and I'll send you a link.
Whether it is or it isn't, the school enrolled him in September knowing all of the past behaviors, and they also knew that he had not attended only about 2 months of kindergarten and about 2 months of pre-K.
And you say that to say that they then own the responsibility?
Absolutely. If they believed all these behaviors to be true, then they should not have allowed him to be into first grade.
The school district released a statement to ABC News saying it cannot release information about.
Okay, I somewhat I agree with him to a certain extent, but here's my thing though, man. That still doesn't pass her for him getting a hold of the gun. You know, we had to get to that too, to that root of the problem. How did he get the gun, and was she negligent in not properly putting her gun away? You know, so I can kind of understand a little bit where he's coming from, but that's a tough one. That's tough.
About a student's educational record. And last month, the district filed to dismiss Zwerner's suit, arguing her injuries fall under workers' compensation. The gun used in the shooting was legally purchased by Taylor. She says it was kept locked away.
How did your son access the gun?
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
You'd have to ask him.
Have you asked him?
No, not yet. That's certainly something that will be probably brought out during litigation.
See? Nobody. Oh, so you mean to tell me now nobody still know how this boy got the gun? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? What up, Tree? How you doing, bro? And they go to email right there. And so nobody knows how he got the gun. You got an attorney and you still don't know how he got the gun. Really? You still don't know how he got the gun. Your device can. That's it. Your device close. Damn.
Let me just ask this, and I'll direct it to you, Jimmy. Is it that no one has asked him how he got it, or you're just not ready to reveal how he got it?
We're not ready to discuss that at this point.
Understood.
Yes, people have talked to him about that. I don't know that any adult knows exactly how he got the gun.
Was the gun locked somewhere? It was locked somewhere.
Mm-hmm. In April, Taylor was charged with a felony count of child neglect and a misdemeanor count of recklessly leaving a firearm as to endanger a child. Her trial is set for August.
What was your reaction to those charges?
I am not sure. It was shocking. It still is a little shocking.
Do you feel in any way responsible for the shooting?
Yes, of course. That is my son. So I am, as a parent, obviously willing to take responsibility for him because he can't take responsibility for himself.
Exactly, the real AK. How do you not know this young man got your gun? Come on now. Seriously. And night owl, for some reason, this damn thing is not picking up my cameras and stuff. I'm about to see what's going on with that.
The idea that you could face up to 6 years in prison, do you feel that would be a fair penalty?
I mean, of course, I don't believe that is fair, but anything for my baby.
Do you feel that there is some racial
Anything
component
for
to
your
it?
baby.
Absolutely. I think that if the dynamics were different, if the teacher was maybe looking like me, and the student was Caucasian or another nationality,
I hate when they do that
it wouldn't
shit,
be
man.
as pumped up as much.
Anything that either of you would like to say to Abigail Zwerner?
First of all, I'd like to say that I'm glad you're doing.
Here they go with that shit again. If the teacher was me, meaning if she was black, it won't be hyped. Man, come on, man. Right, because she white.
Better. I'm sorry that you got hurt. Just like I'm sorry that the kids in that classroom had to witness such a terrible incident. But on the same token, I'm really sorry my great-grandson had to go through this ordeal.
I just truly would like to apologize that, out of the incident, she did get hurt. We were actually kind of forming like a relationship with me having to be in the classroom. And she was a really bright person.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. If she had been my color, it would have been so blown out of proportion. So really, to me, when you say that, man, you really try to look for a scapegoat to get out this situation. Okay? Yeah, the son got the gun because she's white. Okay? The son shot the teacher because she white. Okay? The mama getting in trouble for this because she white. Not because he's 6 years old and they can't charge him. All this because she white. When we just had a substitute teacher who was black who had to defend herself from a rude ass student. Okay, we just had a substitute teacher who was black who had to defend herself against a rude student because the student didn't want to do what she wanted to do in class, and she had to fight this girl. And now, I don't know where that's going, but you heard her telling the other students, go get a teacher, go get a teacher, go get a teacher. You know what the motherfuckers didn't do? Go get a teacher. All of them just sit up there and record it. And the girl even said, hey, y'all just go sit up there and just watch and ain't gonna do nothing because she wanted somebody to come save her for her being disrespectful and rude. For her being disrespectful and rude, she wanted the students come save her. But the other teacher was telling them, go get another teacher. And won't nobody do it. Because you know why? All these teenagers nowadays, all they know is violence. That's it. That's the only thing they understand is violence. They don't understand nothing else. Say do your homework, they don't understand that. Say tell me an English pronoun or something, they don't understand that. But as soon as somebody cuss a teacher out, somebody get to fight with a teacher, everybody understand that language. Everybody understand cussing. Everybody understand gun violence. Everybody understand that. But they don't understand their education. Right, Chris, I feel you on that. Right, the little boy looking at that woman butt. That's what it was. They were looking at her butt. That's why they kept on recording. And Night Owl, I don't know. This thing's not picking up my camera or nothing. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. My bad. There it is. Let me get this link for you. Where did you? Did you email me a Night Owl? Yes, you did. There you go. Let's see here. So if she was I believe she was my color, it wouldn't got blown out of proportion. And the granddaddy saying this shit, man. The granddaddy said this. And the granddaddy said this, and I understand, man. You know, that's your daughter. You know what I'm saying? And see, here go again, guy. I told y'all, parents do not want to make their sons or daughter look bad in front of the public, and I get that. So they're not gonna sit up there and talk bad about them. They're not gonna sit up there and shame or anything like that. Trust me, I totally understand though. But seriously though, man, really, you want to say because she's white, all this getting blown out of proportion? Not. And then on top of that, not the fact that this 6-year-old put other children in danger, not the fact that he attacked other children and he attacked other teachers alike. No, the only thing we're going to say is the reason this because it's all about race. Come on, man. Cut the bullshit, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. Because I'm pretty much sure if it was a black teacher, he would have did this. That black teacher probably would have did the same thing. Know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, the black teacher probably would have told them or probably would have stayed on their butt like, hey, man, something going on, man. I need to check this out. And if this would have happened, they probably would have did the same thing. Then what you would have said then, sir? What you would have said? What you would have said to the black teacher? Man, we black, man. We ain't supposed to do it like this, man. We supposed to stick with each other. What you sit up here going there and tell everybody he did this, man? He only 6 years old. And excuse me, granddaddy, what color y'all attorney is? What colors he is? They look like a white man to me. Oh, that's the mom, granddaddy. Oh, my bad. I thought that was her daddy. My bad. My bad. My bad. But not out. I sent you the let me see if you up here. No, you ain't up here yet. But I sent you the link there. Check your reply. But if he's gonna go that route, you say you bet Ben Crump won't take. Who knows? Who knows? But if he's gonna go that route and says that, you know, if she's my color, the color that she is, that's why I've been blown out of proportion, He should not be your attorney. He should not be your attorney. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, he probably should have took offense to that. It probably should turn around and ask, well, I'm white. I mean, what do you really think about me? I'm white. Y'all gonna pay me for your services. Unless that he doing it pro bono. And guys, this is why I stress all the time, man. When it comes to situations like this, when it comes to a lot of our people, it's always somebody else's fault except for ours. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always something else's fault. It is never our fault. It's everybody else's fault. I'm getting tired of that. I'm seriously getting tired of that. And now I'm really wondering now, if they could have charged that boy, would the mama let him take the fall? I'm wondering now. If they could charge him, would she let him take the fall? Because let her put it in here, well, I got to take responsibility. I mean, that's my son. I got to take responsibility. Of course you got to take responsibility, man, because they coming after you for it. They can't do nothing with him. They coming after you. But now my question is, if they can come after him, would you have allowed him to take the fall, or would you still have that same energy and say, hey, I'm going to take the fall for my son? Let me see. And I think there may be Night Owl right there.
When I first started Ancestry,
I don't want to hear that shit. Let's go through well, hold on. Let me let Night Owl here see what you got to say. Hold on. Hey, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Amen. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, Chris, how you doing? I just kind of wanted. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I just want to get your opinion, what you thought, and did you hear the ending of it? What the great granddaddy said.
Yes, I heard the ending. It's a cop out.
All right, go ahead. Holler at me about this. You say you got something you want to say? Holler at me.
Yeah, I have experience in this. What they're saying as far as the child behavior problems and all of that. First of all, my youngest daughter is on the spectrum, and when I started my journey with my daughter being on the spectrum, I was introduced to doing an IEP, which is basically a plan for like the entire school year. What the school offers would offer her, as well as where she would be as far as either in a SPED class or general education. My daughter was in general education, but however, she had in her IEP for another teacher to be in the classroom with her. Mm-hmm. So my daughter didn't necessarily have like defiance of behavior issues, although they could arise if she get frustrated, but it never got to the point like she wanted to harm herself or anybody else. The situation with this is simple as this. Yes, the school cannot discriminate. You can send your kid to school. Mm-hmm. However, if they knew that this child had a history, quote unquote, because he's only 6, so it ain't no lot of history. You 6, you still just coming from toddler stage. The child possibly needed to be in a school for children with defiance issues or behavior problems. They still can do general classroom work. But instead of being around a large group of people, the child could have been around just say 5 or 6 people with a teacher that's trained, qualified in their room to assist that child the 8 hours or whatever, however long they go to school. The mother knew. See, before we get to the school, the mother knew, like, I'm a mom. So I knew before I put my kid in class, everything the doctor told me. So when I presented to the school then comes up with options they have. Now, can they turn you away and say, we don't want your child regardless of color, race, and all of that? No, they can't do that. But they can tell you, okay, your child needs to be in this room with 5 or 6 kids. Your child is going to have this type of teacher. If their mom was already going to school with that child, that lets me know that they couldn't handle the child. And regardless of what the doctor said, the mama should have had more sense to say, I'm not going to stop going to class with my child.
Thank you. I was going to say that. Thank you. Thank you.
That's jumping on other kids, fighting other kids or teachers, that means this child is displaying this behavior at home, which is on the parents. Because if they are fighting at school, they are fighting at home. It has nothing to do with ADHD. ADHD, basically, you can't pay attention. It has nothing to do with picking up a gun, shooting it. And I'm inclined to believe this was not the first time the child handled a gun.
Ooh, I ain't think about that. You made me right. You made me right.
Because to have the knowledge of, I'm gonna get this gun and shoot the teacher. The child didn't go shoot another student. The child had an issue with the teacher.
And see, and that's thing right there too. I'm gonna bring it up too. You know, the lady asked, and I wondered, did she believe it? She asked, you know, do you have a problem with the teacher? And I even say that could it be an issue you had with the teacher? And I put it out there, you know. Maybe Abby ain't all innocent like we think that she is. Maybe she was saying stuff to him that heightened up his acute disability or whatnot. Maybe was she being disrespectful to him, or was she putting her hands on him? Not saying it's really hitting him, but putting her hands on him in a way that he could have been uncomfortable. You know.
Okay.
You know, I mean, they're just asking questions. Now I don't know if she did or not, but they're just asking questions. But what you saying is, and I agree with that too. What was he really doing at home? Because you try to make it seem like when he came home, all of a sudden he turned from being aggressive to nice to the mom. No, I'm pretty much sure he tried you too. You know, but go ahead. Right. Go ahead. You know, wow, you taking the word right out of my mouth. Go ahead.
Yeah, because the way that I'm gonna say it is simple as this. It has nothing to do with race. My kids went to a predominantly Caucasian school because I live in a predominantly Caucasian area. Number one, if he has already fought other kids, he's only 6. That means he only been Head Start or preschool or pre-kindergarten. That means it's not a lot, which tells me he has behavior issues. That's why she was in the classroom. No doctor can tell you or school can tell you not to sit in the class with your kid. Because to me, if he's fighting and he's only 6, he's been doing this for a long time, and they probably thought it was cute or boosting it up. Having a disability has nothing to do with shooting a gun. Not none at all. He knew to shoot that teacher. And they should have charged him. And I know people saying, well, he's 6. That's the problem. Nobody wants kids to take accountability. Some of these kids with disabilities are smart as a whip. They play adults for sympathy and empathy, but some of them are smart as a whip. They just can't catch on as quickly as what society says, which there shouldn't even be a norm, but hey, it is what it is.
See, and that's what I want everybody to understand. Yes, a lot of people have disability, but does it mean they dumb? Hell no, not by a long shot. I've been in this field for over 15 years, probably 20 years now. I'd have lost count after 15. And you couldn't pay me enough to say that a lot of these folks have a disability because they smart as crap. You can't get over them. They smart as crap, you know? And I'm just like, man, why are you even in this program, you know? But, you know, some of them have just small, acute disability they still need assistance with. But in that, though, they still independent just like me and you. They can wash their ass. They can cook their own food. They can walk down the street. You know, hell, some of them probably still drive a damn car. You know?
They do.
So, I mean, it's a whole lot of them that may have it, but you couldn't pay me enough to say that they got it because they so smart. I got one now. Of course, I can't say their name because of HIPAA. I got one of my first ones I ever worked with. The man's so smart. I mean, smart, know how to swim, play pool. And now, Connect 4 is an easy game. I had a hard time beating this dude in Connect 4. And that's one of the easiest games that's out there. That man was kicking my ass in Connect 4. I mean, love women, some of everything. I'm like, man, why is you in this program? The only thing that was wrong with him was he probably had a slight hearing problem, and when he talk real loud, and I'm just like, wow, man, I don't think you need to be here, man. I think you do fine on your own. You do fine on your own.
Yeah. As well, and her left ear, she's completely deaf, and that's why I kept saying, their mama went to class because their boy was bad as heck. That's why she was in that class. She went in that class because he just got a disability, because tons of kids go to school every day with disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So she was in that class because he didn't know how to behave, which lets me know he should have either been homeschooled, homebound. They got something called homebound. I don't know how states do it, where the teacher will meet you, go over the classroom work, but you are in like a library or something place like that to get it done. He was bad. Let's just put it out there. He was bad. They couldn't handle him, so she had to go to school with him. Once they found the doctor say, oh, he improved. Well, how did he improve? If school just started with August, how did he improve that quick if he's had these issues previously? You don't just get like that. That makes no sense. They're saying he got better. Better in what? That he could count, color, write his name. Better in what?
Right. What's the specifics that he got better in? Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Not the behavior. Better in what? Of
Right.
course he gonna get better because his mama in the classroom.
And see, that's my thing too. I'm gonna bring it up what you said earlier. Even though the so-called doctors or whoever the school said, hey, he's improving, y'all don't need to come no more, I'm with you. No, until I'm comfortable, I will stop coming. And right now, I'm just not comfortable. I want to stay coming to school with him until it is 100% clear that I can trust that he's here by himself and can do everything without the hiccups and the behaviors and everything. Once I feel comfortable enough, then I will let him be by himself. But other than that, though, I'm not for leaving by himself. So still, like I say, if you got something going on, keep him going, all right? And I know it's a hard job proper to do that, and it was a hard job for the great-grandfather to do that. But the thing is, y'all want not only for the other kids' safety, but you want to make sure he's safe too. So I agree with you when you say that. So hopefully whenever this stuff start kicking off, they're going to bring all that up, saying what the doctor actually said or whatnot. Because I hope this ain't one of them situations where she claimed the doctor said X, Y, and Z, and the doctor come out and say, that's not exactly what I said. I said this, then, and third. We're just going to come back and say, okay, man, you didn't go. You start going because I guess you start getting lazy, I guess. I don't know, but we have to see how everything play out for now. But let me ask you this. I don't know if you heard me before you came up. She said, okay, I'm doing this for my son. Hey, it's my responsibility, so I'm doing this for my son. I said, I'm wondering if they could have charged this boy for the actions that he did, because they only coming after her because the prosecutor said, hey, we can't do nothing with him. He only 6. But if they could have done something with him, do you think she still would have had the same energy, or you think she would have let him take the fall?
Do I think if they could have charged him, she would have let her son get charged? She don't want to be charged. If you're getting a lawyer, because that's why you don't want to be charged, because she could have went up there and just said she was guilty of the endangerment or the neglect or whatever, because she is. Who's the gun registered to? How did he get the gun? That's why I said before, I believe he's handled this gun before, and they just probably caught him, or it wasn't loaded or whatever, or he didn't shoot it. But he most definitely understood what getting that gun meant. Now, they can play crazy with y'all, but I'm black like she black. So we know, well, I grew up around guns, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we never touched them, picked them up, shot them, did anything like that. So he got the gun for a specific reason, which lets you know that his brain worked. His brain didn't tell him to go shoot nobody else, did it? His brain told him to go shoot the teacher. what he did exactly what he wanted to do. And I know people always say, oh, well, that ain't right there, baby. Forget that. I want to say something else. Forget that. The kids are getting younger. That lady went to school to be a teacher. That lady didn't sign up to be shot on the job. No, she didn't sign up for that. And the quicker people understand that teachers are human, what do y'all want them to do with these bad kids? What do y'all want them to do?
Yep.
Y'all can't do nothing with them. Then you want the teacher to coddle them. The teacher try to coddle them. Then they want to jump on the teacher. Me personally, I would have had somebody ready for the mama if that was my mama got shot. I don't care what nobody talking about and what they saying. The lady signed up to teach. The lady didn't sign up to dodge bullets. She could have stayed home for that.
Tragic. And the ages are getting younger and younger. That's why I started saying now in my videos, age ain't nothing but a number. It ain't nothing but a number.
I've seen kindergartners cuss out teachers. Y'all keep hollering about these folks young. Oh my God, they're young. I've seen kindergartners cuss out grown people, teachers, tell them what they weren't gonna do. They ain't gonna sit there, and the teachers would be begging and pleading, some in tears. Teaching is a thankless job. I know many educators, it's a thankless job. It gets worse. So how about everybody teach their own kids and it don't be no school and we go from there?
Yeah,
and then
sound like
every day.
Sound like he probably wouldn't better off with homeschooling. He probably wouldn't be better off with that. But now, before I let you go, let me read you a few comments under one of the videos that I did file, okay? The first comment I see, somebody said, as a retired educator, it is typical for parents to minimize or make excuses for their out-of-control children. Their parent is no exception. That's pretty much what you're saying. Do you agree with that?
I definitely agree with that.
All right. Then the next comment, what I see here, this person said, the mom and her attorney did themselves no favors by doing this interview. The kid had a history of violent behavior and his home life was unstable. Ooh. And the mom is liable by not locking up her gun. If it was locked up, then how did he get it? Boom. There are also victim blaming. The school district is trash as well for not backing the teacher. Teachers do not sign up for this job to be assaulted and shot. Damn, you just said that. You just said that.
Right, they don't sign up for that. That's just like you going to your job. You didn't sign up to be shot at your job, and then you trying to help people. And I'm trying to understand what people want teachers to do. They have families, they have lives. They are only there to teach your kids. Personally, you're supposed to be your child's first teacher. Well, let me know that child been around that gun before. They didn't want to say how he got the gun. But they need a new lawyer because they shouldn't have did an interview to begin with. The lady should have pleaded guilty because her son shot the teacher. Period, point blank. Whatever went on before that, they should have handled it before that. How about you keep going to the classroom so you won't have instances where, oh, something happened. Now I might have to do 6 years. That lady could have died.
All right, I'm going to read you a couple more. Somebody right here said, wow, leave it to the lawyer to say whether that was true or not. The school enrolled him knowing all of his past behaviors. These are still your kids. You are sent to a public place with other kids. Disgusting. This is why teachers are leaving the profession. A lot of finger pointing, but it's the teachers who get hurt. And I got to agree with that. I mean, you know, they're still your kids that you send into a public place. Yes, the school didn't know his behavior, but this is a place that you still sending your child to. And for some reason, well, according to you this particular day or days, y'all chose not to go up there. Look what happened. All right. So here go another comment. This is just growth. She says she'll take responsibility, but continues to make excuses and minimize her son's behavior. A kid will get suspended for accidentally knocking a phone out of someone's hand. I said that. Yep. He has a long history of violent behavior, and I'm not trying to demonize the child, but come on, Mom. Mom sounds like an airhead, saying he calmly tried to talk to her and threw his hands up because he was annoyed. She just doesn't seem to understand the severity of his actions. I know we all been wanting to hear the family side, but this interview didn't help at all. Nadal, do you think this interview helped?
The interview definitely didn't help because in the interview they were giving backhand compliments. This a teacher, she nice, she did. No. We passed that. Your son went shot that lady. And she has to live with that forever. So you doing possibly 6 years is nothing compared to she doing that for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they
Mm-hmm.
don't care nothing about the teacher pain. They don't know if she was the breadwinner. They don't know nothing. But we do know that your son went shot that teacher, and y'all trying to play this off like if it was a different. I would say it if it was pink, green, blue, or yellow. The color doesn't matter. It's the accountability for me.
Mm-hmm.
When your kids are defiant, then technically you need to check backpacks, you need to check phones, computers, anything they have access to, because you already know they defiant. So that means they ain't listening to nothing you tell them. He's only 6. I'm trying to tell you, he been doing this at least 2 to 3 years. So why would you want him in a public place and he ain't been publicly trained? I'm just gonna say it. I mean, he's not public ready.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I like that last comment. I mean, that's why I say, how is it that he go to school and act this way, but we come home to you, he just a sweet angel? Come on now. If he's dealing with ADHD, ma'am, he's coming at you too. It just fortunately that he didn't come to you with the gun like the 10-year-old did his mom for that virtual reality set. Lucky he didn't come at you. But given any time he got mad at you because you ignored him, ma'am, Deja, they could have been you, boo. I'm sorry, they could have been you. You know?
And she asked, what did the teacher ignore him from? Did he sit down and raise his hand? Was he sitting there a long time? What exactly was it that she ignored him about? Because it seemed like to me they have him spoiled at home. They probably hell scared of him, because a lot of these parents scared of their kids with disability. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
They probably scared of him, just like the 10-year-old gave him his way. He got to school, thought he still should have gotten his way. That's what it sounds like to me. If he don't get his way, he's gonna act up, and then mommy gonna coddle him and take up for him.
Yep.
No, mommy should have had a gun lock.
Yep. And that's the $1 million question. How he got the gun? Nobody still know. Even the attorney don't know. He talking, I'm sure he'll come up. How you the attorney and you don't know? Which means the mom still claiming she don't know how he got it, and say we're gonna have to talk to the child, and the child gonna have to tell how he got it. Now, I can't wait till they talk to the child so he can explain how he got the gun. All right, it's gonna be either one or a couple of things. He saw where his mom put the gun there, and the gun was not locked. Okay. 2, he saw where the mom put the gun there, and the gun may be in between the cushion of her couch, maybe under her pillow, or wherever the case may have been. You know, it may not have been in the box at all. Okay. Or 3, worst case scenario, and I hope this not what happened. She let him play with that gun or gave him the gun. You know what I'm saying? If we got to get it back from him, you know, and he took the gun and hid it, went to school the next day. All right, son, love you. Come back and pick you up later. He got to school, pulled the gun out on her. The teacher turned around, bam, bam. That's how it was, you know. I hope that's not what happened. They're just throwing stuff out there, you know. But that's the $1 million question. How did he get the gun? And is he going to say Mama D had it locked up in the box? That's going to be the $1 million question right there. All right. Now, before I let you go, here go a comment from a black woman. Looking by her picture, this is a black woman. She says, since we want to play, granddaddy, since we want to play the race card, this is a black woman saying this about your great-granddaughter, okay? And this black woman says, it's crazy how nonchalant and remorseless she is. It might explain her son's behavior. It's taught, and it seems he's probably never held accountable for his actions. She just uses his behavior issues and ADHD as an excuse. This is sad. She seemed emotionless and out of touch to me. Sir, this is a black woman saying this about your great-granddaughter. So while you sitting on your ass talking about, you know, because of the color of her skin, you wouldn't be so hyped up. This is a black woman saying this. Now, what the fuck you got to say about that? Everybody saying the same thing about your daughter, your great-granddaughter, black or white. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. This woman is using her son's disability as a scapegoat and a cop-out. All right. And then on top of that, if he was so gung-ho about white people, whatever the case he tried to put out there, the attorney is white. Stop the fuckery. Stop it. And this is the black woman saying this.
Mm-hmm.
And let me read
And
it to
she's
y'all one more
absolutely
time.
right.
And let me say it to you one more time. It's crazy how nonchalant and remorseless she is. It might explain her son's behavior because she's showing no remorse. It might explain her son's behavior. It's taught. And it seems he's probably never held accountable for his actions. She just uses his behavior issues and ADHD as an excuse. This is sad. She seems emotionally and out of touch to me.
Right, that's why I didn't understand why they did an interview. She should have went on and pleaded guilty to the charges, got her time, and she should be doing her time, and her son should be doing his time. If they locked him up to 18, that would be fine with me, because when you start letting them go at 5, 6, 7, 8 years old with doing crimes and they get away with it, they continuously go on to do it. And where's the daddy at?
Probably nowhere to be found. Probably don't want to deal with him.
Yeah, because
Probably don't want to deal with
the
him.
daddy at? Because the gun missing. Normally, gun owners check on their guns all the time, especially if you got babies in the house or young people, just to make sure the gun is secure. That let me know she don't need no gun because she can't make sure it's secure.
Exactly. Irresponsible herself. Not out there. I could talk to you all day, but I'm going to have to get up out of here, dear. Thank you for coming up. And I think a couple people said thank you for coming up, too. You as a mother yourself. You got to come up here more often, dear. You and, I don't know what Miss D's at. This one of the ones she need to be coming here listening to it. But if you know how to get in contact with her, well, I think I know how to get in contact with her. She should have listened to you on this damn show. But you make sure you send it to her.
I will. You have a good one.
You too, dear. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my girl Night Owl, my mod up in there. I'm shocked she came up, but I'm glad to finally hear her voice, especially on a subject like this. Chrissy, I wish you could come up and speak because I'm seeing everything that you're saying there. And shout out to you for taking over your grandson and raising your grandson. That's probably the best thing that ever happened to him, that you took over and raised him. But I think you said you working from home, so you probably can't come up here and say nothing, okay? This is wild, man. This is crazy. The Real AK said they know already. It's no way she didn't ask them. Thank you, the Real AK. Nobody asked them. The reason why they didn't ask them because, like you said, the Real AK, she already knew. And their great-granddaddy, he already knew too. He did, but he gonna take the race route. Let's see how far you get with that, sir. Seriously, let's see how far you get with that. Now, I'm going to leave that string y'all open. Anybody who want to come up and talk, I give you the email. Send me an email. I'll let you come up and talk. But, however, though, I'm going to let this interview play out one more time. And after that, man, we end it with that. We're going to end it with this, man. This is motherfucking ridiculous.
Now to an ABC News exclusive with the mother of the Virginia 6-year-old who shot his teacher. She is speaking out about it for the first time after a Virginia grand jury indicted and charged her with child neglect.
Yeah, I did, Brian. I said I'm going to start bringing it back. As a matter of fact, Brian, I said I'm going to start doing this once I get back into doing live stuff again, because the reason I don't go live as much because I be at work all the time. But once I get in the habit of doing live stuff again, I said I'm going to do a session that once I get through saying my piece, I'm going to let people come up here and tell me what they thoughts on the story that I'm doing, because I'm always the one doing the talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let y'all do some of the talking too. Let y'all give me y'all opinion about these stories, because I know it's on so much y'all can type in the chat room, you know, and the way y'all be typing in the chat room, y'all got a whole lot to say, because I think you only got a minimum of 250 characters, I believe, and once that run out, you got to type a whole nother message, you know? So I said I'm going to start doing that.
And failing to secure her son. Our Lindsay Davis spoke with that mom and her grandfather, who now has custody of the 6-year-old. She says she wants people to know she's a good mom.
Of course she is.
While school shootings in the U.S. are no longer a rarity.
But you know what? Let me stop saying that, because I'm not going to say she's a bad mom. She's probably not a bad mom. You know, she probably one of them types like Night Owl said. She probably catered to this boy and started getting lazy, you know, and shit just went left, you know. So let me stop saying that.
What happened at this Virginia elementary school in January was shocking. The shooter was only 6 years old. The victim, his 25-year-old teacher, Abby Zwerner. Despite being shot, she managed to get all of her students to safety.
Female victim, she's been shot in the abdomen as well as a through and through into the hand.
Amid the ongoing criminal and civil cases, the family of the first grader who shot his teacher has remained quiet until now.
Does he talk about the incident?
No. We talk, we play, we, do Uno.
The reason he don't, I said I'm gonna let this play. I'm sorry. You know why he don't talk about it, man? Because you don't talk about it. That's why. That's why he don't talk about it, because you don't talk about it. Which I think this is something that you need to keep talking to him about. Say, hey, this is a serious thing that you did. I'm taking a fall for this. But here's the thing, though. I want to teach you that if you do this as you get older, mama ain't gonna be here all the time. Mama ain't gonna be here all the time to rescue you, or whatever you want to call it. When you do the crime, you do the time, son. So, so that's why he don't talk about it, because you don't talk about it. All right, I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna shut the hell up.
Draw pictures, like nothing of the incident.
Deja Taylor says she was stunned on January 6th when she got a phone call that there had been a shooting at her child's school.
I wasn't even able to get dressed. I ran out in PJs to the school.
Has he processed the magnitude of what happened?
Well, in my opinion, he processes the events leading up to it. He talks a lot more about the day before or the 2 days before than he does about January 6th.
You released a statement shortly after the incident, and I just want to quote it. You said, "Our son suffers from an acute disability and was under a care plan at the school that included his mother or father attending school with him and accompanying him to class every day. The week of the shooting was the first week when we were not in class with him." What can you tell us specifically about your son's disability?
He has ADHD. Some are able to have it at a very mild rate, but he's off the wall, doesn't sit still, ever.
And why did the school decide that it was no longer necessary for the family to be in class?
Because we ended up working with another doctor. He had started medication, and he was meeting his goals academically.
Had your son ever spoken about hurting the teacher, or was there anything, any angst that he had against her?
No, he actually really liked her. I will say that week he did come home and he was talking, a lot about how he felt like he was being ignored. So he would come home and, "Mom, I don't think that she was listening to me. I didn't like that." And then actually he ended up getting suspended the next day because he was in class. He was trying to tell her something. And she asked him to go sit back down. He threw his arms up, he said, "Fine." And when he threw his arms up, he knocked her phone out of her hand on accident. And he got suspended for that.
Zwerner did not respond to ABC News' request for comment, but in a lawsuit, she says the student slammed the cell phone on the ground so hard that it cracked and shattered. She's now filed a $40 million lawsuit against the Newport News School District and Richneck Elementary officials, claiming they ignored multiple warnings about the student's behavior and concerns that he had a gun. According to the suit, the child had a history of random violence and that he attacked students and teachers alike, both in and out of school.
Is that description accurate?
Whether it is or it isn't, the school enrolled him.
Rather it is or isn't.
Knowing all of the past behaviors, and they also knew that he had not attended only about 2 months of kindergarten and about 2 months of pre-K.
And you say that to say that they then own the responsibility?
Absolutely. If they believed all these behaviors to be true, then they should not have allowed him to be into first grade.
The school district released a statement to ABC News saying it cannot release information about a student's educational record. And last month, the district filed to dismiss Zwerner's suit, arguing her injuries fall under workers' compensation. The gun used in the shooting was legally purchased by Taylor. She says it was kept locked away.
How did your son access the gun?
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
You'd have to ask him.
Have you asked him?
No, not yet. That's certainly something that will be probably brought out during litigation.
Let me just ask this, and I'll direct it to you, Jimmy. Is it that no one has asked him how he got it, or you're just not ready to reveal how he got it?
We're not ready to discuss that at this point.
Understood.
Yes, people have talked to him about that. I don't know that any adult knows exactly how he got the gun.
Was the gun locked somewhere? It was locked somewhere.
In April, Taylor was charged with a felony count of child neglect and a misdemeanor count of recklessly leaving a firearm as to endanger a child. Her trial is set for August.
What was your reaction to those charges?
I am not sure. It was shocking. It still is a little shocking.
Do you feel in any way responsible for the shooting?
Yes, of course. That is my son. So I am, as a parent, obviously willing to take responsibility for him because he can't take responsibility for himself.
The idea that you could face up to 6 years in prison, do you feel that that would be a fair penalty?
I mean, of course, I don't believe that that is fair, but anything for my baby.
Do you feel that there is some racial component to it?
Absolutely. I think that if the dynamics were different, if the teacher was maybe looking like me and the student was Caucasian or another nationality, it wouldn't be as pumped up as much.
Anything that either of you would like to say to Abigail Zwerner?
First of all, I'd like to say that I'm glad you're doing better. I'm sorry that you got hurt. Just like I'm sorry that the kids in that classroom had to witness such a terrible incident. But on the same token, I'm really sorry my great-grandson had to go through this ordeal.
I just truly would like to apologize that, out of the incident, she did get hurt. We were actually kind of forming like a relationship with me having to be in the classroom. And she was a really bright person.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
The reporter, I don't know if she had to ask that or she asked it on her own, or I guess just to ask that to get it so the public could get an understanding and whatnot. So far, out of all the comments I've seen, nobody is agreeing that this is a race issue. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of people probably agree with me, even blacks, probably majority of the blacks. That's bullshit. Okay? That's bullshit. All right? I promise you, until this story shows otherwise, that this could be a racial thing, which I don't see how the hell they could be proven. They just got something to do with race. But let's just say, for the sake of an argument, that they can prove that it's race. I mean, wow, I'd be shocked. But again, that's bullshit. That's straight up bullshit. Docs, what's going on, bro? Long time. How you been, my guy? Hey, Raven, how you doing, babe? How you doing? So, yeah, she said the school said, hey, you know what I'm saying? He's improving so much, you don't have to come up here no more because he's improving. I would have been like, you know what, thank you, but nah, I'm going to still keep coming until I'm comfortable. And when I'm comfortable, I'll try him for a day. And maybe in a day, if he's fine, he can handle this, I'll leave him for another day. For another day, if he's improving, then maybe so. But just because y'all said, nah, when I'm ready, hey, that's when I'll start coming. When I'm ready. All right? When I'm ready, that's when I'll start coming. Because she said he's off the wall. Yeah. Was the gun locked up somewhere? Mm-hmm. No one. At least right now, I don't believe it. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I don't believe it. No, it wasn't. And even your body language pretty much said that it wasn't. Your body language said that it wasn't. You know, you just look too spooked when you got asked that question. You know, so. And then, hold up. Then I just heard what she said. Was the gun locked? Did anybody ask a question? Even the turtle, like, no, nobody asked. But then she said, okay, is it that nobody asked or you just don't want to talk about it right now? Yeah, we don't want to talk about that right now. Yeah, okay. But then turn around when she asked again, was the gun locked? Yeah. Come on, man. That's just too conflicting right there, at least to me. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all may see it different. All right. Anyway, guys, go ahead and shut this down because I got to get out here after a while. Thank y'all for. Brian said it was the email. Okay, hold on. No, Brian, you can hit me up in Messenger. If you try to come up, Brian, you can hit me up in Messenger. I can send it to you in Messenger. If you try to come up and say something, I can send it to you in Messenger. Is that what you're trying to do? Now, yeah, if you follow me in Messenger on Facebook and stuff like that, I mean, I can send it to you in the Messenger. You don't necessarily have to email me. Email for people who are not in my Messenger or anything like that. You know, I had to send it to them through email. But if you try to come up, real quick, then yeah, I can send a link to you in Messenger. Well, Brian, I give you a couple of minutes. If you try to come up and say something, I give you a couple of minutes. Hold on. Let me give you the. Let me find you. I think, yeah, there you go, right there. Wait a minute, is that the link? That should be it. Is it? Hold on. Yeah, that's the link. Okay. I thought I gave you something wrong. Yeah, I give you a couple of minutes. Yeah. And see, yeah, now, yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that, man, when I do these shows and when I give like a little 10 of 20 minute session where if somebody wanna come up, give y'all the link, let y'all come up and speak y'all mind on the story. Get y'all thoughts and opinions of what y'all think about it, you know. So Brian, I gave the link is in the Messenger. All right. And I give you a couple of minutes for you to come up here. Let's see. But yeah, she said that's my baby, you know, anything she here for a baby. And I'm not gonna afford that, you know, but again, my question is, if they weren't coming after you, would you would have let that boy take the fall? That's what I want to know. All right. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, brother Chris?
Man, everything, man. You know, this a wild one right here, man. This a wild one. But go ahead, man. Talk to me. What you think about it?
Yeah, I was just trying to get my camera to turn around so I can show everybody what a lock looks like for people that don't know, but I can't see the camera to switch it around.
I don't know. It's been a while since I used this thing, so I don't know how I look on the phone.
All right, so just let me know if you can see all this. So this is what's called a bolt lock.
Let me try to bring you up. Let me bring you up. Hold on. So everybody can see it. Okay. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is what's called a bolt lock. One of these comes with every gun you purchase, whether it's a rifle, a shotgun, a pistol. I don't care what you buy. It comes with this.
Okay.
So now where did the keys go? Good Lord. There they are. So let's see if I can prop this up somehow. I'll try to do it with one hand, so bear with me. I'm sorry, everybody. So this goes through the chamber, through where your ammo goes. And locks like so. This makes the gun inoperable
Okay.
because you can't close the slide. Doesn't connect. You can't shoot.
Okay.
So if it's like this, there's no way. So she either left the key where he knew it, or if you take this with you, doesn't matter unless you're telling me a 6-year-old knows how to pick a lock.
Right.
But the problem with that is, what's the sense of having a gun with a bolt lock on it when somebody's breaking through your house? You're going to tell them, hey, time out, let me unlock my gun, and then we can continue? So the better option is buying one of these. This is a biometrical safe. This here is fingerprinted. So all I have to do,
boom,
automatically opens up.
Boom.
So nobody can get into that but me. My wife can't even get my pistol because it's got a fingerprint. But the problem is that's about $180.
Right.
Not everybody can afford $180. So that's the problem with these gun issues. It's a very fine line of, yes, everybody deserves to protect themselves, but it's not cheap. So where do you line up? Defend your life and your family's life, or you have problems like this that arise, which she clearly isn't a wrong, but that's the line. She has a right to defend herself, but that comes responsibility, and not everybody can afford the responsibility. And then you have accidents like this. But if she didn't have a carry permit, then she should have had that locked up with the key in her pocket. Kid might have been able to bring the gun to school, but it's locked. You can't do a damn thing. It's worthless.
And just like the real that case said, he said, unless you got it from the pawn shop now, legally, they say.
But even the pawn shops, as far as I know, I don't know everywhere. But for the most part, a pawn shop has to have a case. They're not going to buy just the gun. The only way you get just the gun is you're buying it on the streets, and that gun's not legal.
Like black market style.
Yes. She bought it from somebody in the neighborhood or bought it. Certain states, like I know Tennessee, here in Tennessee, I could sell you a gun under the premise that I don't know that you're a criminal. So I could go down to where you live right now, sell you this gun, because other than that, I don't know that you're a criminal. I can sell it to you legally.
Right.
And then I could sell you just the gun.
And on top of that, man, we talk about this a lot. Aren't they still giving out free locks?
Like I said, when you buy this case, every gun, and if you want, like we can have a gun like we used to do, and I'll bring out every gun I own, and every single one of them, every rifle I have, they have the bolt lock. Every gun you buy comes with a case and a lock for free.
Okay. So she said it was locked somewhere. That's the thing. It was locked somewhere, but where?
Well, see, that's the thing. If it was locked, so there are other locks. So you have a bolt lock, which comes with every purchase if you buy the case. If you buy a gun legally, even a pawn shop, there's they won't, if you don't have the case, so they can match the serial numbers, they're not buying it. Because most likely, if it's just the gun, it's probably hot. They may buy it to turn it into the cops. But they're not reselling it because the cops are going to come get it. They're going to grab it so they can run it to see if it's tied to anything.
Yeah, and too many pawn shops, they not for to sell nothing hot. They're going to check everything before they put it out there for sale. So you're right about that. Like you said, unless it's black market. Let they know somebody who knows somebody knows somebody. Oh, you froze up. Or was that me?
And the trigger locks, it goes right into the trigger where you can't get anything in it.
Okay, that's you freezing up. I thought that was me. That's you freezing up.
Yet again, if you've got the key, nobody can use your gun unless they pick the lock. And not many of us out here know how to pick locks.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah, we definitely got to do another one though, man. See all them guns you got and see all the locks too. We definitely got to do another one, man. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I may have a few guns, Chris.
Oh wow. Dang. Okay, boy. Talk about protection, boy. You got the whole army up in there.
Well, my wife also works for T-Doc, so yeah, she carries a gun for profession.
Got you. All right, Brian. Hey, I really appreciate you coming up, man. I'm gonna have to get out of here, man. But I appreciate you coming up, man. We definitely got to talk about that.
Oh, all right, sounds good.
All right, no problem. Appreciate
Everybody, take care.
All right. My man Brian up in a bit, and my man Richneck said he bought a gun without a case at the punch. Oh, okay. Well, Richneck, I'm about to get you up here and talk too, man. We all can talk about it. Everybody can talk about this gun safety stuff, man. We all got to talk about it, man. Real talk. You know, you've been on the show a couple of times, so we all got to talk about it, bro. But guys, I'm gonna leave it with that. You know, and like I titled the show, you know, I want your thoughts on this. Everybody's thoughts on it. What you think about it? You know, do you think the mom being 100? What you think about the granddad coming where he say, hey, you know, I think she's more like my color. It won't be hyped up the way it is, you know. Tell me what you think about the whole situation, you know. And, hey, you know, let's just see how all this play out. Other than that, man, I'm your man, Chris Thorns. Thank y'all for listening. Please stay safe out there and keep your children safe. And, hey, catch y'all next time. All right? Night Owl, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much for that. It's a black woman. It's a mother speaking. All right? Y'all take care of yourself and each other. Oops. Shit.